Yeah, I'm just going to stay in the sand. Had a few showers around, a couple of downpours on the west bank and down toward the coast. Most of our rain wrapping up, a few little isolated showers north shore and in Mississippi, and a few down toward the coast, but even those are beginning to come to an end. Today's high 93 degrees. Now, no measurable rain at Kenner, but we had some thunderstorms nearby on the west bank, and those outflow boundaries actually helped to cool temperatures a bit. So we got into the lower 90s for most of the early part of the afternoon, and then again, no thunderstorm activity at Kenner, but within those thunderstorms you get that downburst and the strong gusty winds, and that boy can bring in some cool air. Knocked us down to 82 degrees is our current temperature. It doesn't feel too bad at Kenner. 75-degree dew point, so still a bit of a heat index. Winds out of the south very light at around 6 miles an hour. In the 80s, low 90s. Again, rain-cooled air plays a huge role in that flux of our temperatures. We'll see fewer showers during the day tomorrow, so I think we'll stay around 93, 94 degrees for a longer duration. Mostly dry, but it does look like we're going to see some storms later in the night. So focusing on Kentwood, we'll likely see those storms rolling in after midnight Saturday going into early on Sunday morning. May see some storms, and then Sunday going into next week will be a wetter period. Here's what's going on right now. You can still kind of see the upper motion within that upper ridging, the upper high, that clockwise motion over the central and southern part of the nation. That's going to be with us for tomorrow, likely keeping us relatively dry. Then the pattern starts to change. The high will be shifting well out west, and that should allow for more disturbances to head our way. But because we'll be drier tomorrow, we won't have the cooling rainfall, at least not widespread. We could see some heat indices getting up to about 108. Now notice the heat advisory only in effect for the north shore. We'll still likely see temperatures very similar south of the lake as we get into the afternoon hours tomorrow. So any rainfall that we still have around coming to an end. Dry start to the morning and relatively dry tomorrow. Doesn't mean we won't see any rainfall, and it also doesn't mean that what showers we see won't have some heavy downpours associated with it. Late though Saturday night into early Sunday, here come those storms rolling through. With it could see some gusty winds, and so there is a low end risk of some severe weather mainly north of us, but it does include the North Shore and Mississippi going into early on Sunday morning. Our chance of rain then really starts to ramp up. About a 60% shot Sunday, Monday. Might see an upward disturbance that helps our rain chances on Tuesday as well. So for Sunday, we're looking at a risk of some flooding rain. Not a widespread issue, but some localized flooding could occur because, believe it or not, even in July, we're going to see a weak frontal boundary kind of near the area, which will help to increase the instability across much of the Gulf South. Plus, I'd mentioned we'll have the front, ample tropical moisture, and it looks like a weak upper disturbance, which will likely increase rain chances more so for Tuesday. But each day next week does look to be wetter. So we are going into a wetter pattern starting on Sunday. And at least the good news is it won't be as hot. And the great news is the tropics remain quiet. There is no development out there. I kind of still focus on Bonnie out in the Atlantic or out in the Pacific Ocean, moving away from land, and no development is expected for at least the next 5 days. Most of the long-range computer models keep the tropics quiet, at least in the Atlantic basin, through next weekend. High temperature around 94. Maybe you struggle to get to 90 on Sunday with more clouds, more rain. That's a good thing. And then highs likely staying more into the 80s through much of next week, with our rain chances staying on the higher side. Not a complete washout, but certainly a wetter week.
All right, Chris.